One race to go. There is the view of Kimbolton Circuit. The paddock now gathers responsibly, of course, to watch the final race of the day. It's Senior X30. And I have to say, a massive, massive thank you to the catering department here at Hunt's Kart Racing Club for providing both myself and Anthony and the disembodied voice in our heads, producer James, with some late afternoon offerings to keep us going. I think the kart racing is going to keep us going now, but one question, yes. How are they? Are they do your MasterChef impression. There's one person who's hungry, but not for burgers and chips, hungry for a race win, and that is Morgan Porter, the Argenti Motorsport number 46. Now, they've just had a podium in junior. Can they take the win in senior? And that's Mr. Porter alongside your defending British champion, Danny Curl, for the Jade Racing team. Starts on the outside of row one. Again, deep in thought, visualizing the run down towards turn number one. On the second row of the grid, there is Clayton Ravenscroft. Good to see Clayton. Oh no, that's Sean Butcher. What am I talking about? Clayton Ravenscroft down on the third row of the grid. He's giving us a wave. That's Sean Butcher. Butcher leading the KR Sport charge. And on the outside of row two, and Harry Platten, a very impressive drive from the BMR Zenon driver to start third on the grid. Then we get down to Clayton Ravenscroft. Pan left, Stu. Let's see Steve on camera. Where's Mr. Ravenscroft? Say hiya. There he is. Oh, look at that. Oh, dearie me. I tell you what, you can almost see a reflection at the top of his head there. There we go. Oh, dear. No, but again, really good to see Clayton back in the car. It's good to see Clayton fitting well, because he injured himself, it hurt his ribs racing in Europe earlier this year, but Clayton is back there, and I'm sure we're going to see all guns blazing start there. And there is the Dan Holland Racing number 5 of Rory Hudson, who shares the third row of the grid with Ravenscroft. Row 4, Gus Lawrence, the PF International team. There's Stretch. Steve Lamian is mechanic. There's a lot of him. You need to pan right up to see Stretch. Top of the... Here we go, out onto the circuit. The last race of the day. It's race number 28 on the programme. Well, Anthony, it's been a fantastic day. Have we saved the best for last?
Well, I certainly do hope so. I had to really finish that last chip quickly.
Sorry,
when you started that question, I have been devouring that box.
Like some ravenous cannibal in the commentary box. And no, good to see. And again, these drivers, I know, what is that? Is that one of the Burley RT cars? That was Nat Thomas, I believe, at the back. They're just taking a little bit of time to get started. So it's Porter and Curl on row 1.
Are we going to get a start first time around?
Well,
you would have hoped so.
I think so, but again, it's Morgan Porter, a cool customer, and he's going to go head-to-head with Danny Curl and the rest right now.
No.
Oh, false start.
I'm going to take it for a guess. It's because we didn't have half the grid.
Really?
Half the grid wasn't even there.
Oh, that would be a good reason why.
So yes, we'll do that. We'll go for another run as I just see absolutely ravenous on those chips out of nowhere. I've just turned my head back around and mouth is absolutely full. But let's go for a second attempt here for the final races today. Senior X30 race 28. It's the final of the finals before we get going again. And you didn't actually mute your microphone there. Oh, you did. You did mute it. Okay.
It's like this is like it's a really unclassy version of Test Match Special. If we were classy, we'd go, oh, Mrs. Biggins from Tunbridge Wells has brought in a cherry cake for us. A cherry bakewell. That's not but no, this is it.
Chips.
Here we go. Jockey's whips up here in the commentary box. Here we go. Second time of asking. The whole field have now assembled themselves. And the lights are out. We're off and racing. Porter makes a good start. Danny Curl doesn't get away well and has dropped back to 4th place. In fact, the outside row, none of them made a great start. And it's Porter who leads. Platten up into 2nd place. And I think that's Ravenscroft in the number 17 KR Sport machine into 3rd.
Yep, cracking start then from the entire grid. Everyone gets through the first few corners nice and safe, which is always good to see. 14.5 minutes left, halfway through lap 1, and all action is ablaze. All guns are blazing, and you can see at the front there the 46 of Morgan Porter saying, come on, let's go, let's get this dealt with. Harry Platten in second place, and that number 14. As the rest of the field go through, the number 1 of Danny Curl dropping back a 1 position into third. Connor Jupp gets a warning flag in the number 35.
Where is Connor? Connor is down in 17th position, and he came into this race top 5 in the championship. I mean, this just goes to show this circuit is a completely different sort of style to Rowra, what we saw. Rowra, which is up and down, it's narrow, change of gradient all the time, nowhere really to relax, no really long straights at Rowra. Now we're at a flat-out blast here at Kimbolton, and the pecking order, by and large, has changed a lot. We've still got a couple of drivers that are contending at all rounds, and that is what wins you championships. But I mean, Morgan Porter was nowhere, and Harry Platten makes the move for the race lead. You know, Danny Curl there in third place, obviously the de facto championship leader now. But drivers that didn't do well at Rowra are now doing well here. Ravenscroft and Butcher side by side behind Danny Curl, and Sean Butcher side by side with his KR Sport teammate. But Clayton Ravenscroft stays in fourth position.
Yep.
Well, Ravenscroft again. You know, I'm joking about, and I make fun of his dad Steve, but again, Steve knows how to put one of these wagons together, and his son Clayton knows how to drive it. Makes him a perennial contender for victory anytime. And there again, this little signal saying, yeah, perfect, spot on, let's go.
Yep, 13 minutes left on the clock then. Still jostling a little bit in that 4th and 5th place zone. So again, no packs really breaking away here. Everyone's still very close and under pressure, and that's a move down the inside, the 17.
Ravenscroft.
Yep, that's a nice move on Danny Curl there through turn 1. Having a look out the window, yet the move was completed, and again everyone very defensive going into Derek's corner, hitting those curbs just right in that sweet spot there to get the most out of the corner, and of course the Kart as you go through. Tyres are now at a premium. Who's looked after them the most? And everyone again just staying in that single file, getting into that train, trying to open up a gap as best as possible, but with everyone so close in terms of skill out there, it's hard to pull away.
Yep, I mean, as we come across the line again, it is Platten, Porter, Ravenscroft, Curl, Butcher, then Hudson in 6th, Lawrence 7th, Ewan Wilson having a great weekend for the S8 team in kart number 12. He's up into 8th position. Connor Jupp now sets the fastest lap of the race, but he is all the way back in 14th position. Behind Ewan Wilson, it's Tyler Reid in 9th. Then it's Thomas Fleming in 10th. Alessandro Serenetti runs in 11th. Caleb Marshall is 12th. Then Matt Armstrong 13th. Jupp 14th. Brad Pennell 15th. Thomas Turner 16th. Caden McQueen 17th. Gary Edwards still having a great run in 18th place as Ravenscroft and Curl go wheel to wheel again.
Yep, side by side across the line. Who's going to break later? Looks like Curl's got the run here, but no. Ravenscroft back down the inside. Says, thank you very much, I'll hold on to that one. And that's closed that gap up now to the drivers behind. So, Sean Butcher right behind now. Rory Hudson and Gus Lawrence, they're the next in line for this one. The O-plate of Thomas Turner sets the fastest lap of the race, 41.750. Again, very fast time for this late on in the day. We just click under 11 minutes left to go on this one as we're on lap 6.
Lap 6 with 11 minutes to go. And Harry Platten, again, Harry Platten, he's not defending, he's under intense pressure here. He's probably I would say, one of the youngest drivers in this group, although Clayton Ravenscroft also, so is Sean Butcher. But Platten's certainly one of the youngest drivers in this lead pack, and he's soaking up the pressure very well indeed. And Porter has got a lot of pace in that number 46 kart, because Porter is able to push the race leader Harry Platten away from Ravenscroft and Curl, 3rd and 4th. Now Ravenscroft and Curl, they have been battling side by side. It'll be interesting to see if they get their heads down for a lap or two, whether they can close that gap up to the front. Butcher's there in 5th, Hudson is 6th, Lawrence 7th, and Wilson is 8th. We've got the Zenon BMR, the Zenon chassis race lead, then the KR Kart Republic kart in 2nd. Then you've got the first of the OTK products, the Cosmic of Ravenscroft 3rd, but now it's the Birrell ART of Danny Curl into P3.
That chip almost came back and bet you, didn't it? So there we go, under 10 minutes left to go on this one. Danny Curl, fastest lap of the race in the number 1, 41.640, as we still watch here the front runners here having a very close, tight-knit battle. The 17 of Ravenscroft and the KR Sport Chassis. Absolutely flying away. And the 14, though, still under pressure. Harry Platten leading this one from Porter.
Gus Lawrence picks him a place.
Yep, nicely done.
It says think. Classic move. Rory Hudson goes, well, what were you thinking when you were behind me? You passed me, but now you want me to sit behind you? No chance, son. But that costs Rory Hudson. As Ewan Wilson, that's the best. It's the best run I've seen out of Ewan Wilson for a long time. He's been with the S8 team for 6 or 7 years, I'd have to say, and they're always knocking on the door of the top 10, but it's not always they actually get into it. But he is there running in 7th place at the moment and looking comfortable. Caleb Marshall leading the next train of karts in 9th place. Tyler Reid is in 10th, then it's Thomas Turner. Connor Jupp up to 12th. Serenetti back to 13th, then it's Fleming 14th, Pennell 15th, Armstrong 16th, and McQueen still in 17th place. Blake Anglis up to 18th, followed by Gary Edwards, and then Cian Shields, the Flying Scotsman in the number 71 KR Sport Kart. Tom Nippers is 22nd, and the number 59 kart, Oliver Greethan, is next.
So the top 5 now, nose to tail with 8 minutes left to go. It's got to that part of the race now where it's a bit nose to tail. It's a follow of the leader sort of situation. No one wants to battle. No one wants to lose any of those places. They want to wait until the end of the race where the tyres are fresher, they're more up to temp. That's what we want. And of course, at this moment now, everyone's just going to stay in single file, just wait for that prime opportunity to get that move done. You'll see people start to go defensive lines and then swoop to the outside, and that's where we'll start to see the action. But right now, still leading the way, 46, Morgan Porter. Danny Curl setting another new fastest lap, 41.540 in 3rd place. So he's got the momentum. He wants to go, but he can't do it just yet.
Well, I think what you're going to see is that if Platten in 2nd place, the number 14 kart, if he is continuing to sit on Porter's rear bumper within a kart length or two, then Curl might wait, but then Curl decided, no, I'm not going to wait. Potentially he thinks, I don't think Platten is quick enough. He thinks that Porter's the real threat, and there goes Ravenscroft up into 3rd place. So Platten down to 4th position, but still in touch. That one move from Danny Curl, it has cost him 5 or 6 kart lengths, but he obviously thinks, oh, I can still catch Morgan Porter. But Porter has shown this year that when he does get a bit of clean air, if the kart is right, he can drive away from the field. But is that going to be the case this time around? Well, not if Curl and Ravenscroft and Platten and Butcher can help it. Sean Butcher, of all the leaders so far, Sean Butcher has probably yet to show his hand, because we've seen Ravenscroft battling side by side. We've seen Curl making moves. We've seen Platten take the lead. We've seen Porter take the lead back. Sean Butcher has just sat at the back of this lead group. He hasn't lost touch, waiting. 6.5 minutes to go.
That gap already looking like it is closing up now. As you say, in front, he can hold a clean line, and that is what he's doing at the moment. But you've got to remember, this is a fast, flat, sweeping corner. And what's happened to the number 6 of Tillett?
Archie Tillett was off track and gesticulating, and there is another driver who is off track at the entrance into number 62 of Thomas Wood. Now, no one has ever accused me of being the sharpest knife in the drawer. However, when you see one driver off the track and another driver slowing and gesticulating angrily, one comes to the conclusion that there may have been a territorial dispute between the two of them.
Yes, I think that's a good way of putting it. But yeah, we didn't quite see that one, so we're not sure what's happened.
Yes.
But something definitely is afoot.
Happened. And there's a move afoot, and that is Platten going into 3rd place. And Ravenscroft was busy signalling to Platten, saying, now, stay behind me. And Platten went, meep, up the inside, and took 3rd position.
How did it go again?
Meep.
Thank you.
Just like that.
Excellent.
Well, you're welcome.
5 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock then. Still this group at the front. A group of 5. Slightly breaking away are Porter and Curl. But they're not breaking away too much. The gap is still only 0.3 of a second. In fact, it's only 0.2 of a second between 2nd and 3rd at the moment. So it's still a big group of 5. 5 minutes left on the timer. Still all to play for. We're still in that section where drivers aren't going to battle. They'll maybe go for an overtake, but it won't be fierce battling. It's only when we get into those last couple of minutes, that's where we'll start to see the major overtakes. But this, at the moment, everyone's just, again, nose to tail, concentrating, head down, trying to maintain that gap to the next group behind. of fourth. Actually, what is that? 6, 7, and 8 that we've got out there. So that would be.
No, I did notice, and we'll get another good shot of that next lap around. But on the run down the TKM straight, just as you're thinking of maybe ducking out to the inside, there's a lot of gravel on the inside of the track. There is Danny Curl takes the lead going into Stoke Corner. Porter has to slot back into second place. Platten is right there in third, and Ravenscroft is fourth. Butcher fifth. Butcher checks over his shoulder. There's a big gap of about 2 seconds back to Hudson in sixth, Lawrence in seventh, Wilson in eighth. There's a 5-second gap behind Wilson to Jupp in ninth and Serenetti. But now coming down this straight now on the inside line where any drivers look at all that grit of gravel, or is it bits of grass?
Yeah.
It's grass. It's going to be less grippy than the track surface, which is going to put drivers off diving up the inside to make a move into that corner. So potentially that's one overtaking place less now for the drivers trying to take the win in this race than usual. 3 3/4 minutes to go.
Not much time left then, only a few laps. We are on lap 17 at the moment on the final race. Curl going for that wider entry into Derek's corner. Holds on to that one then, manages to get a little bit extra momentum out of the corner to try and break that toe. As they go again now down the KTM straight. Staying in formation. Again, it looked like the 14 looking down the inside there of the 46. No, Platten on Porter, couldn't quite get anything done. Stays in single file as they go through. Now Porter again, he's got his hand down there, he's fiddling with something, so...
Yep, just making sure that there's the much possible air going into the engine to keep it cool, you know, and then when the time is right, you know, he will crank it up to...
the maximum potential.
Yes. I was going to say, I mean, I called it the Yamaha straight earlier, but we've both been watching too much bike racing. You called it the KTM straight, the TKM straight. But again, too much bike.
Oh wow, did I call it the KTM straight?
Well, I mean, at least you got one.
I got the right letters, just in the wrong order.
I just got it completely wrong.
Yeah.
But again, now here the top 5 are down to 4. Butcher, who I thought was keeping his powder dry, maybe hasn't got much ammo left in the tank because he's starting to fall back a little bit. In 5th place, we're down to 4 at the front. Butcher in the 57 Kart is slipping away. It's Curl, Porter, Platten and Ravenscroft. 2 minutes to go through Derek's corner into Dan Weldon corner now, and you can see Curl avoiding that first apex to make sure he's got the best run down the TKM straight. Maybe we'd be rubbish on countdown. I tell you that. There's a move from Ravenscroft for 3rd. Clayton Ravenscroft moves into P3.
Yep, nice move there, well calculated now as we go into the danger zone time. 90 seconds remain on the clock then. It's a group of 5 and a group of 3. The group of 5 have got a little bit of breathing space now as they've slightly opened up into these last few sections here. I'm sure as the moves start to come in, these gaps will massively close up, and will that give the opportunity of the group behind to close up as well, as it's been all nose to tail throughout this entire race. Hands going up from the 17 of Ravenscroft. Not sure why, but he's clearly unhappy about something out there as they go through back onto the start-finish straight now. Less than a minute to go.
And Curl checks over his shoulder, and another check over his shoulder, because Morgan Porter was sitting sort of half cart his inside, so Curl wanted to make sure there was no lunge coming. But good run through the willows now for Porter. Porter checks over his shoulder. He knows he can run wide going into Derek's corner because Ravenscroft wasn't close enough to make a move on Porter. So Porter is trying to set Danny Curl up for a move. Will it happen into Dan Weldon corner? No. Will it happen down at the end of the straight? Well, he's going to have to go through the grass on the track. There's grass. Look at that. Danny Curl, that's a 3 or 4 second look over his shoulder as he comes down that straight and defends into Kimbolton corner. Ravenscroft is right there. Ravenscroft's going to get a run onto this straight now. 14 seconds to go. Curl's going to have to hug that white line. Around the outside goes Clayton Ravenscroft. Does he get second? Yes, he does. Brilliant move. Absolutely brilliant move there from Clayton Ravenscroft. Going round the outside, takes second place, and now he's attacking Danny Curl for the race lead.
Yeah, takes that wider line into Derek's corner to try and get the best out of that kart through the exit. Now we go into Weldon corner now, out of the exit here, onto the straight. A big look over the shoulder again for Danny Curl. Clips the grass on the inside, takes a slightly defensive line. Now he's going to try and hug that inside line through the Kimbolton corner onto the start-finish straight. Last lap board comes out this time. It's going to be all to play for. 5 karts now for the race lead. The 14 goes to the outside, tries to sweep around the outside, takes 2 karts. Can he hold that position? The number 14 of Harry Platten there. Absolutely fantastic move. 2 karts through Stowe.
Well, if Ravenscroft had just pulled off the move of the weekend, that award only lasted for 1 lap because Harry Platten's gone one better. 2 in 1 round the outside. Porter's down to 4th. Harry Platten, can you win this race? Down the TKM straight for the final time. You've only got a world champion in front of you, Harry. Let's see, 1 corner to go. Danny Curl's going to hug the inside line. What does Platten do? There's no room at the end there. Danny Curl's going to lead them out as they cross the line. Harry Platten takes second with a monster move at the last lap to get into P2. Well done, Harry. Third was for Clayton Ravenscroft on his return to the British Championships. Morgan Porter, well, 2 laps before the end, he was looking like a shoe-in for victory. He comes home in 4th place. Butcher remains in 5th. Rory Hudson in 6th. Ewan Wilson, that's got to be one of the best finishes of his career in the British Championship, to finish in 7th place. Lawrence is 8th. Thomas Turner 9th, and Thomas Fleming rounding out the top 10. Then it's Connor Jupp in 11th, followed by Alessandro Serenetti, Caleb Marshall, Caden McQueen in 14th, and the Flying Scotsman Cian Shields takes 15th position. Matt Armstrong, Tyler Reid, Oliver Greetham, Gary Edwards and Matthew Rees on his return to the British Karting Championship. The youngster from Cardiff, he finishes 20th for the premium karting team out of Blake Anglis, Tom Nippers, Casper Scusa and Dan McEwen in 24th place. Let's have a look at the behind the top 24. Jamie Rogers finishes 25th, then Ben Hodge in 26th, Archie Tillett 27th, Nat Thomas 28th, Chris Bingham 29th, Sam Hawthorne 30th, Brad Pennell 31st, and Thomas Wood 32nd. They failed to finish. We had a couple more go out on the first lap, is what it was. So there is Danny Curl. Now, there is a trophy presentation which is going to be filmed to be released onto the British Kart Championships Facebook page, the Motorsport UK Facebook page, and various social medias later on. That'll be filmed later. There is a trophy for the top 3 in each class, plus the top rookie in each class and the leading privateer driver home. So that's something to remember for all the drivers. Don't disappear just yet, because we have the top 3 plus the leading championship rookie in each class and the leading privateer home in each class as well. Oh, what a day of racing. It's been a long day of racing. The sun begins to set over Kimbolton. So we will just say a huge thank you to the marshalling team. First of all, the marshals, the most important people in all of racing, the medical team as well. They haven't been called upon. That's what we want to see at the end of the day. Bright blue skies, the flags fluttering in the breeze. That's been a very, very good day of racing, Anthony.
Yeah, it has been a very, very good day of racing. Beautiful weather. I wasn't actually expecting such nice weather. I didn't check the weather before I came out, so I had actually no clue of what weather we were going to expect. But yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic weekend all round. Great day yesterday, chatting to obviously all the officials who look after the behind the scenes for the Motorsport UK British Karting Champs, and yeah, it's fantastic to see all the hard work and effort and dedication that goes into a championship like this from organisers, marshals, medical teams, and of course the drivers and competitors alike as well. So fantastic stuff to make such an amazing event.
Yep, and so this has been before the outro. A big thank you to the catering department.
Yes.
Yes, well done, catering department. Round of applause for the chips up here in the commentary box from the catering department here at Hunt's Kart Racing Club. Please go to motorsport.org, motorsportuk.org to find out where your nearest kart club is. This has been a Alpha Live presentation of the Motorsport UK 2020 British Kart Championship, supported by Demon Tweaks. As they say in Landau, Anthony, ciao for now. Senior X30 We always save the best for last, on the track it seems anyway, and this race, another fantastic showcase of British karting talent. Right, let's put the trophies out. That's third. Right then again, another fantastic entry. Thank you very much for staying to watch, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start off with the leading privateer. Oh dear. Uh-oh. None of the privateers made the final. Oh dear. Well, we'll work on the leading privateer for the next round. But the leading rookie, finishing 25th overall, Jamie Rogers. Over there, well done. And again, I think... Hello? There we go. Oh, that's better. I think 3 of the rookies made the final, which is just to show how strong this championship is. Top 3 time now. And these 3 drivers, either one of them could have been, you know, a worthy winner. Some fantastic talents. But in finishing in 3rd place, it's great to have him back in the British Championship. It's Clayton Ravenscroft. Now, 2 laps from home, Clayton pulled off what I call the move of the day, going around the outside of one driver at the first corner. But a lap later, this next driver, he pulled off the move of the weekend easily by going around the outside of 2 drivers going into the first corner, and it's Harry Platten. Clayton, only because he saw me do it. Well, when it did it a lap early, but never mind. But the driver that managed to stay just in front of everybody, finishing as your winner, it's Danny Curl. And, oh, Harry, do you need help putting a hat on? There we are. Oh, he's got a massive head. That's his problem. Oh, sorry, Harry. Well, Danny, first, before we get into your race, let's talk a little bit about the 2 drivers alongside you and what a fight they gave you, because that was some spectacular stuff.
Yeah, it was a very tough race. There was at least 5 or 6 drivers doing exactly the same times, and it was just, you know, happened to be at the right place at the right time, and defended it well, and that's it.
Now, I mean, at the start of the race, would I be right in thinking that your kart wasn't exactly where you needed it to be, because Morgan sort of came through and he led for a little while? Did the kart get better and better as the race wore on?
Yeah, we knew it was a long race, longest one we've done for a while, so it was always good to be fast at the end. And we planned that, and it worked well, and at the end we sort of was getting a little bit away, but had to defend in the end, so it is what it is, and it was good.
Excellent, congratulations, well done. Another win for defending champion Danny Curl. There's your senior X30 podium, ladies and gentlemen. But well done. Okay, well, Danny gets his photos. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. A big thank you for all your support. Please drive home safely, and we will see you all again soon. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.